You got the wrong number. What happened at the Omni Hotel? Isn't that where Karen Reed stayed and shit?
No, I heard that's where Will DeClaire stayed.
Oh shit.
Dude is the Omni Hotel about the Glare being a whoa, what?
What?
What? Yeah, that's some serious allegations right there.
Fuck.
Goddamn.
I don't know what to say, but I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't know. He got banned from the bar. I'm not the one who said it, JVD. Someone in the chat did. I don't know. But, this is the thing, right? That's a crazy allegation, right? But the parallel to the allegation that they put against James, I guess it's okay that you can make allegations and it's okay to say wild shit. That's what we learned. If we learned anything in the so-called community where we live in, or we visit from time to time, that you can say whatever allegation you want, and it's okay if you're a gatekeeper of the community. If you've been living in this community for a while, you got a certain amount of subscribers, a certain following, you can make allegations against anybody, and it's totally okay. Because they did that to James, right? They made that crazy allegation, and then they just said it's okay. And I mean, dare I say, I can't really speak on it, but I heard that there's been like a lot of things being squashed on certain things with certain individuals. I haven't heard anything. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't heard anything about it. I just heard certain, little clips and people hitting me up saying, hey, I heard this and I heard that. Maybe, I don't know. For me, I don't have no beef with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going inside the sub shop to get the steak and cheese, the steak bomb, Earl sandwich. Are you coming in?
Goddamn. Let's go.
I mean, that's why I'm hungry. I don't give a shit who's in there. I don't give a fuck if there's 20 dudes with patches. Like, I'm going in there. Like, I'm hungry. Like, I live in the same city, the same area. Like, it is what it is, Yeah. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to eat.
You got to,
Got to.
I'm
not going to go somewhere else. If I want something, I'm not going to go somewhere else because there's certain things or people in there. I'm going to still go get what I want to eat.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to get along with everybody. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to like you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But by running from it and not confronting it and, no one's going to, the point what I'm trying to make is it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. In this, you know what I mean? People are just not going to like you. Like, we made the point. We made the point clear of what happened, right? We said it was false allegations and that should be an apology, right? And it, and we played with it. We had some fun nights. We went swimming and we shook it up a little bit. That's what we do here. It's the power of live streaming. And then there was live streams back against us, but they were double teaming us, And I guess some people jumped in to protect us too. We had Mikey Crawford, LTL. I guess it kind of got a little whatever. But in the end, the point was there was an allegation that was accusing someone of a crime with no receipt, no nothing, and nobody took the side of that was wrong.
Yeah. Right.
So now here we are. There's a chat going crazy. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you to take that allegation and say the Glare said she was being inappropriate. Like, all that shit you're saying about him, like, stop that. Like, if you guys believe that without any receipt, that's not the way you go about it. That's a serious allegation. So as much as I don't really care for the guy you're talking about, that's still not right. That's not right. Yep. You just don't go dropping criminal cases and saying criminal shit unless you actually go out and take a ride to the Omni and ask questions, right, Jay, bro? Unless you do something like that. I'm just saying, unless you go out and do something like that and you get to the bottom of it and you get both sides of the story. But until then, you have to just calm the fuck down and not make allegations. You know what I mean? I'm not with that shit. I'm not with like saying things about people and about criminal. Because the difference between, and the reason why I say that, because the difference between this case. What's that? That's us.
Last year. Well, we're on top, but that's a picture of Omni Hotel and Resort.
Oh, that's
you can't see the sign though.
No, I don't know nothing about that. I have no idea about the Omni. I have no idea about anything. I don't know nothing about anything. All I know is that at the end of the day, that the situation with Adi is a little bit different because Adi was there that night. Adi's in the police reports. This is just 30 years in the making. This is just not coming up with this shit falling from the sky. Nope. This is a third party culprit. That does not mean Adi did anything to Janet. There's just a lot of inconsistencies with his story as you speak on it. And this is something that what you learn from that 30 years, things can get buried and time can go on, and and things happen. Is that the right way to say it? You know what I mean? So my point I'm trying to make is that you can't compare. If someone says, well, hey, JFK, you talk about the guy Adi, and you're making allegations against him, it's okay if they make allegations against your boy then. Well, no, it's not, because there's no fucking police report that said that he did that.
Right.
There's no charge, there's no criminal, there's nothing. There's nothing to do with that. And there was no red rum. There was no what's the word I'm looking for? Foul play. There was none of that. So that's false, period. Now, with this situation, this is something that I didn't just talk about it. True Crime talked about it. Fucking Riley talked about it.
I found an interview on True Crime where we even started this whole thing.
So this is different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not accusing him of anything. I asked him questions and I figured things out, and I'm just trying to understand why he lies about
something. But we
something.
really are accusing him of one thing.
Lying.
Being a fucking liar.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's the one that is, like you just said, I mean, he was interviewed by the police. He was there that night. He resided in that house months prior. He's got a definite connection to the family. He's married to her sister. I mean, I'll tell you another thing is I was kind of watching this chat bounce around, and someone said, I don't know if you can look up what Adi said tonight, but the very first thing he came into this chat, he was going after Regina. And someone had said it. I think I'm trying to think of, maybe it was Lisa Davies. She said, hey, he came in here, but the first thing he said was he was going after Regina, and it's because she knows the truth. You know, so it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to speak on some people with this, I see a lot of people are posting. We got a lot of things. I guess there was something that was said on Twitter about this dude. I don't know where this dude stayed. Will Henry. I want to be clear. I don't where he stayed. I don't give a fuck what he did. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy Boston. I don't own Boston. Go ahead and have a great time in the Seaport. I stay out of the Seaport. It's too clustered. It's a clusterfuck. I ain't trying to get caught up in that traffic. You can catch me out in North Shore, Salem, Beverly. I like it out that way. I'm just saying. That's where I like to hang out nowadays when I come up to Boston. But you know, the point is, well, actually, the last couple times I actually stayed right next to. I was in Revere the last couple times I came, but that's my home. That's basically my hometown, Lynn, Revere. That whole little area is like, you know, that's our shit, right? So, but the point is, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know where he stayed, what he did. I don't know what anybody's saying. I wouldn't put too much stock into it unless someone comes out and says this happened and that happened. Then you know what I mean? It's nothing. And you know, I'm not out to, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but it would be fair game, is my point, right? Because they made allegations against James, and it was totally okay just to hurt them, right? And you know, so it's okay to do that, right? But no, it's not okay. And I see a lot of things like people jump in, and the first thing they say, like, is, oh, they asked that question, right? Like, they didn't show up to the court. It was too cold out. They didn't show up. They're all lies. They're all talk. It kind of seems like you guys wanted us to show up, but a couple of weeks ago, you guys were reciting fucking witness intimidation statutes. Do you guys not remember saying these things?
Pressing charges.
Section. I don't even know the witness. What's the witness intimidation statute? What is it? Fucking. What is it? Like the number it is or something? I mean, my man recited that shit.
Yeah, where's Jimmy T? Man, where is he?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, they were reciting that shit, saying charges and this and that. Listen, once you say that you're going to do this, hello, right? Once you hit them three things, I'm good. So we learned what we learned. As soon as it got a little touchy, that's what happened. We got threatened with authority. So you got that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we learned. We learned that you can't have a talk. You can't ask questions. They threaten you with the authorities. The same shit that people are fighting. The same thing that they did to TB. He's in jail for. They went to the authorities and got him caught up for just asking questions. I mean, that's what we were going to do. But I can't chance that. I got too much things to lose. You think I give a fuck about these people? I don't give a fuck. I got way too much people depending on me to give a fuck to catch a case for these fucking lames. And let me tell you something. Let's be clear. These people are not afraid of us. They admitted since then that they're not afraid of us because they talk about it like the car crew didn't show up. Let me tell you something. If we wanted to show up, right, or we wanted to be in places they were at, that's easy. But you know, it's like, but you proved it. You answered our questions. You answered exactly what needed to be answered. Congratulations. You guys were never afraid. You guys used the police who you're against, the corruption that you're against. You use them to get away with your corruption. So you're just as fucking petty and weak as the Massachusetts. The talk shit about the Massachusetts police and talk shit about Massachusetts corruption, but you were going to use them to get away with your corrupt, putting allegations against our friend, and then claim it was the First Amendment. It was the First Amendment. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking allegation of a crime. There's no First Amendment of that shit.
That's defamation at its finest.
Yeah, it's defamation. And listen, you know, it is what it is, man. It's over with. It's done with. I took a break. That break spoke volumes. I took that break because that's it. I said what I had to say, right? I got my answer. And that's never going to change. It's all on record. I got my answer. You guys are never going to say you're sorry. I don't know what James Jackson's doing. Last time I heard, James Jackson was fucking cool with all this. And that's no diss to him. James can do whatever he wants. If he feels that he wants to be cool with this one, cool with that one, that's cool for James. I'm not mad at him. He can do whatever he wants. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If someone accused me of something like that, that's it. I'm not fucking with them people no more. Period. That's just me.
Not even after an apology.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me. But I'm not, as James, in the words of James Jackson, not everybody's like you, JFK. And I get that. I'm not mad at him. I don't own James. I don't control James. James can do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? And that's not a slight. I'm not saying that as a slight. I'm not saying that like as a diss. To tell you the truth, I don't know what's going on with James. I don't know what he's doing. I just hear things. People at me, people inbox me. Because a lot of long gamers inbox me. I guess he made up with the cat Ray from Dallas. I guess like they're okay now. Okay, that's cool. You ain't. That does not mean JFK. Let me ask you this. Let me ask the chat. Should JFK, Jay Brilliant, and Kevy Kev make up with Ray from Dallas? Should we all be friends with Ray from Dallas?
Fuck no.
You wouldn't catch me dead making up with them.
Not if you support women. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's not no slight on Ray from Dallas. Like, I don't even like only if you're making money. I mean, shit. I mean, how much money we're talking? I mean, it's got to be a lot of money.
When he talks bullshit walks, right?
And that's not a slight against them. I just don't understand what that's going to do for me.
Right.
Like, and I'm talking like I'm not talking shit about none of these people. Let's be clear. I don't want to make it seem like I'm up here talking shit. I didn't take that break to come talking shit. I'm just being real. Like I said this last live. This is my second live back after 10 days. You know what I mean? I came in at 8 o'clock. I've been rocking now for 3 hours and 11 minutes. You know what I mean? We've been talking about the Adi case. You know, excuse me, the Adi case, the Eddie O'Brien case, which seems like the Adi case nowadays. I don't, you know, these things come out. I don't have to. If things come out about these guys, I'm not. My point I'm trying to make is, when things start coming out about certain people, that doesn't mean JFK is going to react on it. Like, oh, I gotcha. Like, I'm not that guy. I didn't come into this game to be the bully of the movement, the voice of the movement when people are doing shit wrong. Fuck them all. I don't give a fuck. I was never the voice of Karen Reed. I never was the voice of Karen Reed. I seen something that I didn't agree with. I looked at it from the lens of this, and I say it again. 2 murder trials, back and forth to court. John O'Keefe is dead. And fucking here we are turning this into a fucking shit show. And that was my POV. And I didn't want no part of it. That's it. That's all it was. And I still don't have no part of it. I don't want no part of that. Now, not everybody agrees with my take. Some people think that my show's a shit show. Some people think you play too much music. You guys are hood boogers. You guys wear funny hats. You guys talk a bunch of shit. No, I know what I've seen. It's to me, that type of energy that I felt through that, I felt that it was soft. I felt like it wasn't right. And it had nothing to do with Karen Reed per se. It had to do with the legalities of it, the meaning what she just went through and the pain behind being in, fighting a murder case and getting, mistrial to being double jeopardized and all the shit that comes with it. And the fight with the civil trial that's coming up, because I said this last live. I have a civil trial. I don't talk about it a lot, but I have a civil trial that's been going on for 5 years. I know how this shit works. So I can speak from that experience that this shit is wild. So my thing was that shit was wrong. That's all. Now, that's it. I mean, it's really that simple, right? And what's so bad about that? I had a different opinion than everybody else.
There's nothing wrong with that.
As far as content creators go.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The long game is who stick around for JFK. They all had the same feeling as me. Like, yeah, man, how did we turn it into this? How did it go from that to this?
Mm-hmm.
And then we seen all the things that unfolded, how messy it got. And then we just want to forget about it all. Like, I feel like that's like this pattern that goes on. Like, all these things are said, then 2 weeks go by and we're supposed to just forget about it. Like, that's some toxic shit, man.
Yeah, it is. That's that toxic relationship we don't want to be in.
That's crazy, bro. When you really think about it, like the shit that was said, we're supposed to just forget about it? And it's kind of like a force-fed thing. Like, you need to forget about it. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You can't tell me how to react to some toxic shit. You can't tell me. See, I'm going to quote somebody. I'm not going to say his name, but I told Kevin Kev this. I'm not going to quote his name, but I will say this. He had a jewel. He said, I'm from an era that I don't know what trolling is, but I know what disrespect is.
Facts.
And I don't give a fuck about what you say, trolling, try to dress it up. Oh, it's just the internet. I just made an AI song. I put this funny picture of you up. It's just the internet. Get over it. It's still disrespect at the end of the day.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you when I'm disrespecting you. I don't tell you that I'm not disrespecting you when I am blatantly disrespecting you. That's the problem with these people.
Right.
As soon as it gets a little hot, it's the First Amendment. It's just the internet. Some people don't look at it that way. You don't have to tolerate it. I'm not saying from a violence point of view, and I'm not saying that because I'm not a violent dude. I'm not a violent dude at all. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I got into a fist fight. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm too old to be fighting people. I don't want to fight nobody. Now, if you touch me, then I guess, muscle memory is gonna kick in. But the point is that, that's not something that I inspire to be, but I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and I'm passionate. And the thing is, one thing about me that doesn't have an age limit is my passion. Period. So I have passion for what I feel, and they try to take my passion and mistake it as hate. Oh, he hates, he's hating. No, I'm passionate. And you're mistaking that energy for something else, and that's all. So hate it or love it, it's passion.
That's right. Hate it or love it.
We're still rocking with the best.
Yeah.
You guys all
Guys
caught
at the
up?
house tonight. Let's pull them up. What up, brother?
What up, man? What up? JFK, Jake Brill, what's happening, fellas?
What's happening?
What up?
What's happening,
Chilling,
brother?
I'm glad you're jumping back into the Eddie O'Brien case. I was reading, what was it, 7, 8 unsolved murders before before Eddie's case came around, before the other young girl got killed, So O'Reilly is that his name? O'Reilly, yeah. He
Riley.
has a lot of unsolved murders on his desk.
Mm-hmm. His name's Riley. It's not O'Reilly.
Riley.
I used to say the same shit. I thought it was O'Reilly too, but it's just Riley.
Built different. I like that. We're thinking of that O'Reilly Autopod stuff, but
Yeah, right.
And I've been
What?
looking into the Justin Root case. Like, there's so many. What I noticed about the Free Karen Reed movement, and I said this the other day on the stream, like, it became a fuck show, really, because it ain't like, if you was Eddie's family, are you gonna bring your shit to the Glare or to Turtle Boy or to some of them other streamers? I mean, there's only a few that take this shit seriously now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not about corruption with Turtle Boy. It's never been about corruption.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He jumped onto that golden unicorn named Karen Reed.
Mm-hmm.
But what he should have done was use this case to create a mega movement. You know how big the Karen Reed movement could have been? But they screwed it up.
Right.
It's all screwed up now, bro, because we could have been helping guys that were done wrong, that were incarcerated, that are doing time. Not everybody's like Karen Reed. Not everyone's privileged.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not everyone has a fucking Alan Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We walking into the holding tank hoping this public defender is going to help us. Like,
Public pretender.
Exactly. And I'm not saying they're all bad because they have relationships with the prosecutors. Sometimes you might do all right with a PD, but I would rather just get a private attorney, do what I can. But, yeah, it's just crazy because I think this movement could have been spectacular, bro. But it got ruined.
That's fair. That's
my
fair.
opinion.
That's a good. There's some truth to what you say. I mean, there's a lot of people that are locked up right now. There's a lot of cases that need live streaming, man. The perception, man. Live streaming does a lot of damage, man.
Oh, absolutely. Good and bad. And the controversy is what sells. So that's the problem. You talk about something good. You ran in this house and saved 5 kids. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that ain't gonna sell. They want to hear about the controversy and stuff. And
it's always been. That's why this is called fuckery donuts, bro. It's all the fuckery. It's fuckery over creativity. But sometimes you got to indulge in the fuckery, and because it's all fuckery at the end of the day. Even when you're in a creative space, the fuckery comes with it. Everything comes with fuckery, man. But
I've been doing this 8 years. I know. I came from talk radio, jumped into podcasting. Like, I've been doing this 8 years. Like, I got more equipment than I even know what to do with. But and with the witness intimidation stuff, I'm just trying to cover everything. I think Turtle Boy's gonna have a hard time when it comes to the Cowan Albert case and the Nagel case because Cowan Albert dropped out of school. And the reason he dropped out of school was because it was just too much pressure from TB. And I heard that from other players because I'm very tied in with college football and Division III, UMass, Dartmouth, Bridgewater, you know what I mean? Rhody Rams, D1. But he's going to have a hard time getting by that because here's what happened. Turtle Boy already admitted. The judge said the other day, we already know he did it all. He already said he did it all. We have it on video. What the jury has to decide, was this First Amendment or did he take it beyond First Amendment to intimidation? And I don't think he's going to beat every single charge. I think
No,
Ron
that's
Alfie's going to have a problem with. And Julie Nagel.
And you know what? That's calling it down the middle. Like, there's a lot of people that I know. I'm gonna mute you up real quick, because your phone's getting some pushback. Hold on. When I'm talking, it's getting pushback. When you're talking, it's not. So just give me a second. You got Bluetooth on? I don't know if you got Bluetooth on, but let me just say this. What you're saying is not wrong. I mean, I'm a lot, the Commonwealth is just not going to be like, oh, okay, we give up. Like you said, they're going to look at what's on the docket, what he's being charged with, and all the Karen Reed shit doesn't matter. Hopefully that when he goes on trial, that a lot of people know about this case and they look at it the way we do, and that's how he gets off. But if that's not the case, or it could go the other way, right? A bunch of people don't like him, right? That it always could be that too. Some people, so it could be the yin and the yang. A lot of people love him, could get him off. There could be a lot of people that hate him, or it could be people like you said that don't know him and are just looking at the facts of the case. And that's a lot, because when you look at the facts, like you said, dropping out, that's all the making of intimidation. I get it.
No, right. And Turtle Boy is a small, like, nobody really knows. He's not as big as he thinks he has. Out of his 165,000 followers, 155,000 are dead followers. That means that he bought them. They're purchased bots. They're Russian bots. I pulled it up. If you go to socialblade.com, that has every creator on there. It's a YouTube page, and it shows what everybody makes. Turtle Boy barely makes minimum wage because he's not going green. And I'm sure you know what that means.
What do you mean he's not going green?
When you go on your YouTube studios, it'll tell you if you're green, that means you're going to get full monetization. If it's yellow, that means you're going to get partial monetization. And because of Turtle Boy's content, he'll never go green. And what green means is that they're going to pay you full money from YouTube in your YouTube studio.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah, but the YouTube, but he makes a lot of money off his super chats.
He does.
I mean, off his turtle chats and all that. He cuts them out. So that's what he's been doing.
Well, yeah, he does. And if you look at his legal defense case, I know people that had racketeering cases that haven't paid $500,000. This is a low-level state case. I think they're going to look into that legal defense fund. And he said he paid Bradel and Bedrow $500,000 already. Are they going to file that on their taxes? I think there's some suspect stuff going on in that legal defense fund. You know what I mean? Because he's already, when he came out of court, we need more money. We need more money for what? You already said you paid Bradel and Bedrow off a long time ago. He's using that money to buy, and he's saying he's recouping money. Listen, if you've been around fraud as much as I have, I know recoup means you're stealing. Recouping means that you're putting it back in your pocket. And where's your oversight?
Damn, keeping it real is on a mission, huh?
Where's your oversight, Turtle? Who's watching the money that's being donated to you? I don't like that man. I think that man is a woman abuser. He's been abusing women his whole life. And I'm sure he did the same thing to his mother. And that POS that was talking about your mom's, he probably don't respect his own mother. So why is he going to respect your mother? And Jay, man, happy, I know it's the third year.
Yeah, but I got to cut you off. I got to stop you right there, though. His mom's passed away, bro. We can't talk about his mom's, bro.
Whose mom?
Turtle Boy's mom passed away.
I'm not talking about his mom, but I'm just saying.
How do you know he abused his mom? So
I'm saying there's a pattern, and most people that abuse women also abuse their mother. It's a fact. Most people that are abusers, they treated their mom like crap. Put the disclaimer up and everything. You know what I mean? They treated their mom like shit. It's a fact.
But I can't go against what I stand on. Like, I'm not gonna, I get it. Like, you don't like dude, but we can't, what does his mother got to do with it?
No, his mother don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just making a point that most people, I brought up the fact, I was really kind of going over to the glare of what he was saying about your mom when the whole court stuff was coming up. I bet he didn't respect his own mother. That's the point.
You know what? Maybe he don't respect himself. That's what it seems like. He said what he said. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He don't.
He said
he
that.
no
Like,
respect.
I mean, like I said, like all this. The thing is, my man, what I would say is like with Turtle Boy, whether he's people are not being fooled. Like, people are volunteering, giving him money. They love him and they support him, and that's it. And there's no way you could prove that. It's like, that's the thing people don't understand. Like, Jay Bro said it perfect tonight. Like, JFK, I care about what I have. I don't really care what's going on with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I get what you're saying. You have a point and you want to make your points, but the people that follow him, you're never going to turn them. You're never gonna make them say you got a point.
I think we're seeing it a lot more now.
Where do you see it?
I think a lot more people are starting to go, like, we've never seen this many people talking negative about Turtle Boy. And I think a lot more people, since he did all that stuff to Karen Reed, people didn't really stand on that. I don't stand on anybody recording somebody. That's just some cop stuff. Like, and I think that turned people off. And to see you next Tuesday and the thing he took on Karen Reed, yeah, he has a small pocket of people, that is going to side, a big pocket of people that are going to side with him. But I think
he's gonna sell out the Wilbur in like 2 months, bro, and probably fucking walk out of there with 80 grand. Like, I'm not hating on him. Get your money.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes they're not laughing with you. They're not laughing at you. They're laughing with you.
Hey, man, if I can sell out the Wilbur, hey, listen, long gamers, if 1,000 of you guys will show up at the Wilbur, even the people who hate me watching right now, you want to buy a ticket for 200 to come see me, and we can sell 1,000 tickets. Let me know. I got no problem walking out the combat zone in 2026 with 80 racks.
I'm pretty sure you can sell out the Wilbur, JFK.
Nah, dude, 1,000 people? No.
You don't think? I'll tell you what.
If you have the right surprise guest,
yeah,
you'll sell out the Wilbur.
But who do I got? Who do I got for surprise guests? I mean, I do hip hop. I guess I could bring some hip hop people and I could bring some names, but that's not what this community is built on. He's gonna bring the guy. He's gonna bring the. Yeah, me, you, 1,000 people. Dude, listen, bro, 1,000 people. You guys are not understanding. 1,000 people is a lot of fucking people, man.
No, it is. 1,000. It is. It's tough to sell.
I'll get you surprise guests, bro.
Bro, you're talking about 1,000 people that are willing to commit to $150 a ticket and come out, park, and all that. Like, yo, bro, he has. Listen, I'm in the business of music. There's a lot of guys I don't like in music. Let me just mute you for a second because you're getting feedback. I just want to make this point, right? there's a lot of people that I don't agree with in music, but they have a fan base. And when I go and that's it, you can never take away their fan base. You just can't. You have your fan base, they got their fan base. If anything, you collab with them and you create a bigger fan base, right? But most times it never happens that way. They have their fan base, you have your fan base. It's real hard in the music business for people to pass the mic, And when you got to kind of like be in the right place to grab the mic and do your thing, and that's how you get respect. No one ever passes the mic. You got to be like, oh really? There's a little gap and the mic's open. 1 2 1 2. Check it out. That's how it works. No one's gonna be like, here's the mic, Jay, bro. That's why I constantly pass the mic, because I know what it's like to not get past the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying to take people's people, but I'm pretty sure you have enough people that you can do it. We get 800 in the chat. Just
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I'm a realist, bro. I know how the shows work. I know how it goes. To get 1,000 people to come outside, it's not to say that 1,000 people wouldn't commit to it, but to actually have it happen. And the same thing happens for him. I'm not saying that he's going to exactly sell it out, depending on the way he's building up to it right now. And I think it's good. Like I'm going to say this: he's building up on drama free, and then he makes the Wilbur the relapse. It's kind of like you got to be there for that. You know what I'm saying?
You know that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So there'll be a JFK hat, some sunglasses. he's gonna cash out. You can't be mad at that. I don't understand how you could be. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not
you know
mad
what
at
I'm saying?
that
I'm not mad at that. And it's like the only reason why I say that is because like that, like do what you got to do. At the end of the day, that doesn't make him any better or any worse of a person. Like you know what I'm saying? He's just doing what he got to do. And as far as what you're saying with the YouTube, yeah, he is just he ain't no Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no who's the girl who just did the Karen Reed shit? 6 million subs. You know what I mean? What's her name? The what was her name? Rotten Tomato or something? Rotten Mango. I mean, he ain't got that 6 million people follow this girl. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to it. Like we nothing compared to some of these people. Logan Paul,
definitely 1,000 people.
But not necessarily. But that's what I'm saying. Not necessarily it works like that either. Like you could get The Rock on your show, right? And like I'm saying, not necessarily. Like analytically, you would assume that if you get someone with a lot of followers, a lot of subs on your show, people automatically sub to you. Of course, you'll get subs, but it might not be what you think. It's the same thing when you get a feature on a song. Like you could turn around and get Jelly Roll on a song. Yeah, you'll get a bunch of people to listen to it, but how many people are going to go back and buy your catalog and things? It doesn't really work that way. It could work that way, but it's all about timing and it's all about the presentation and the rollout plan. There has to be some type of rollout plan. There has to be some type what makes sense. Like and I'm sure what he's going to do. He's got Bettero, he's got Bradle, he's got all these people to bring in there, and he has this crowd, and they're all buying into the no drama shit. And to say, hey, that one night only, I'm relapsing. You got to be there to see it. I'm not putting it on no fucking YouTube. You got to be there. People are going to come out and see it. And that's a pretty good marketing strategy. And I'm sure he's going in that direction. So, I mean, hey, all the fucking power to him. But I tell you, he's like you said, as far as having problems with the Commonwealth, they're not dropping this case. Unless the feds come in and arrest these fucking people, he's going to have an issue. It's a gamble. No matter what. If it goes to the jury, it's a fucking gamble. And that's unfortunate.
And it's almost like I feel like when they go to him and he's being kind to them, maybe they think they're slaying that dragon and it won't ever happen again and they're protected and it'll end for the better, but it won't, because then he's relentless. Like he's been having people attack this woman for 7 years, and he'll decide to bring up new articles for content on her. And it's just it seems like a pattern with most all of the women that come in and out of his life, where just let him go and move on. Like everything doesn't have to be this ratchet stuff for content. And I'd heard about him going to the I don't know what it's called in Massachusetts, where people are signing up for food stamps and stuff like that. And he would go in there and publicly shame people that were there for government assistance. And it's just like he hits people at their lowest moment and doesn't offer them any grace. And then he'll send his people on through his live stream. He'll bring up people's names, and then the ex-mob descends and starts attacking these people. And like, I know we're nothing but a group of men and women who just feel strongly about it. But honestly, that's all I see us as. It's just a counter mob to just, support these people, because I don't want anybody feeling desperate and that this is the end of their life and nobody's supporting me. And Leah actually got on Spaces and was crying the other night because she's like, this is the first time in 7 years that I feel like people are actually listening to me and believing me. And it's just such a load off. And I mean, that feels good. Not that we're doing anything but supporting them. So that's really all the Spaces are. I just wish he didn't have to be so.
Yeah, but that's only. But technically though, right? And listen, I'm not saying that that's not good. I get you. I like the concept. I think the concept is cool. Like anybody who's been attacked on the internet or something like that, whether it was from him or from anybody else that can speak from their experience how to handle such a thing, right? But the only way you get attacked on the internet if you're on the internet.
Yeah, that's fair, but it translates to real life quite often. Like she's not the only one that he attempted to.
The internet. I spoke on that the other day. The internet is real life. Like that's the reality. The reality of people in our age group got to realize that the internet is real life. No matter how you slice it, you can debate it and say, hey, it's not. Try to put rules to it. It's not. Some people might not tolerate it. You say something bad about them, they might come up and bust your face, and they don't care about an amendment, and they don't give a shit about a court case. And that's a stance they could take, and that's what you risk. And then on the other side of it, you got to ask yourself, why would you let that bother you on the internet? Maybe not be on the internet. So there's two ways of looking at it. I get it both ways.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a shame that people can't just express their dissent without a mob attacking them. Like, I guess that's what's the most frustrating part of it. Have you seen the video of the young man that he had written a story on? And of course, he got the young man on the phone and he streamed it for his audience. And the young man saying, I want to kill myself for what you're doing. My whole family knows about this. I don't want to live. And he's saying, do it, live stream it. I mean, just absolute vile stuff. There's so much once you kind of step back and start looking at everything that it's that's really what it is for a lot of us. Yeah, he's just been really bad stuff. It goes beyond saying, oh, you're fat and you're ugly. He gets really personal with people. And in my opinion, he knows what he's doing when he says things to his audience. He doesn't ask them to not attack these people. In fact, it's the opposite. He says he can't control them. Well, you know you can. It is. Yeah. Yeah. He knows what he's doing, and he knows it to inflict maximum pain. I think he makes examples of people that way. And I think for that reason, that's why it took so long for so many people to have the courage to actually speak against it. Because I mean, I could be doxxed any day. My family could be dragged. I hope not. I don't have anything really
But
embarrassing.
is that
to
what I'm
do,
saying?
but
Is that something that you're ready for though?
I think so. It's gonna suck. I've been preparing for it for a while. They can't hurt me. I mean, they could tear apart my appearance or anything like that, which is fine. My biggest fear is that they would bring my family into it. My family has nothing to do with the words that
So
I
what
say
happens? Someone
on the
brings your
internet.
family into it. Someone brings your family into it. What's your reaction? Is your reaction it's just the internet, or when you see them, you put hands on them? What do you do in that
Oh
situation?
no, I wouldn't put hands on anybody. I
Well,
would
I'm letting everybody know right now. You put my family into it, I'm putting hands on you.
Well, I live too far away.
I don't give a
but I
fuck. I'll
would-
take a plane to where you're at. Like, what are we talking about? I don't care if you live where you live. I got a passport. I will come see you. And I'm
There's
just
a
saying,
grounds.
like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't care. Like, you do something like that, you try to do something grimy with little kids or something like that.
Mhm.
It might not
Yeah.
be today. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be a year from now. It might not be
Yeah.
5 years from now. But I will. I promise you. I will get revenge if you do some shit like that. And I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about the case. It is what it is at that point. So it's just
Yeah.
like I'm just letting you know. Like that's where I'm at with it. I just don't know about
Yeah.
everything. That's why I'm asking you. Like if you're
Yeah.
out here and you're worrying about getting dogs and people putting your family out there, then
I
understand.
have
Like,
a plan.
what's your plan?
My plan would be my spaces have gotten pretty popular, and to be honest, I think it's just because it's kindred spirits who feel the same way. That's what's been interesting about it, because I've had spaces reach over 6,000 listeners, which was wild to me. Never saw that coming. So that tells me that there's a lot of pent up frustration from a lot of people. So if it happens, I would go to my spaces with some really good people, and we would just talk through it. And I think that we would have overwhelming support, and I think that it would backfire on him. And that's what I hope to do for a lot of the people that are being attacked, that they can come into those spaces, get a good bit of support from everybody, and feel not so alone, and don't feel desperate.
Is this such a
because-
bad thing if someone puts your real name on the internet? If someone says here's your real name and this is where this person might work, is this such a bad thing? I mean, there's people that are using my full government name in chats.
Yeah,
It is what
there
it is.
are.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing. That's mostly what I've been prepared for.
I know where it comes from. I know
yeah.
where it originates from. Like it doesn't. I'm not saying that he has anything to do with it. TB was the one who did it. But what I'm saying is it originates from that crowd of people. It definitely, it definitely comes from that band of people for sure. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I said, this was my point. I don't know if you watched earlier what I said. It's just like the time that I took off was the time for people when we didn't show up to the courthouse and all these different questions people were asking. That was a good time to say, hey, you know what? That's a step in the right direction. Let's just stop all the bullshit and let's all calm down. That was a chance to guide the ship a little bit. But it's never going to be. That's never going to happen. And that's the reality everybody got to live in. And if you want to talk about it, fine. If it's therapy, but is it therapy when you're giving them content?
I think so. For now, the chat rats seem to be the only people really interested in streaming.
They're watching.
Cases.
They're gonna clip the shit out of this. Them chat
Oh, they
rats.
do. They
they're
stream
gonna,
it. Constantly.
Matter of fact, you might want to get off camera, Free Kelsey, because you're gonna be on the chat rats tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I come in as my avatar.
They're gonna talk about your blanket and shit.
Yeah.
I came in as my real self, so I don't care what they do to me.
Well, you guys are two handsome men, and Kelsey, you're a beautiful woman too. So
Oh, okay. I say that about you, but I can't see you.
yeah, well, thank you.
But I'm very,
Damn, Kelsey.
very beautiful. You sound beautiful on the inside, so that's all good.
Yeah, my avatar is close, but she's much better at makeup than me. But if it happens, it happens. It's gonna suck. But I think that I think you're right. JFK, he's got his audience, and they are what they are. But I see new people waking up to it every single day. People that would shock you are waking up to it every single day, and they reach out, and you wouldn't believe how full my DMs become after each and every space of people.
Hold on a
saying,
second. Hold on. Hey, Baz, you're talking to JFK, right? Like you
Yes,
don't think
sir,
I
yeah.
know? You don't think I know what people say behind? Like, listen, you got a full inbox. I had a full inbox for the last 6 months. Believe me when I tell you. And I'm not trying to one up you. I'm just saying I get it.
Oh no, you're
none,
big.
none of that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
He's
saying
good.
I'm big.
When I bring him information, most of the time he's like, "Yeah, I already seen that."
Yeah, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is I'm not trying to one up you. My point is none of that
No.
shit really matters though, because here's the thing: they're gonna put you in a position, right, where it's like you don't want, like, this is what I try to say tonight. Just because things happen in the community or whatever you want to call it in the space, this thing, like, you don't have to react to it. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice not to react to it. What happened with James was a false accusation. Whatever happened with this girl Lindsay, whatever her name is, the girl, I feel bad for her. It sucks that happened, but hey, she used to be with the dude. So
Right.
I'm just a real dude. You used to be with him and you used to lay down in the bed with him. That's your problem, not my problem, man. Like, what?
And
Like,
that came out of she was born out of his prison time is when that started. So clearly she was following and approving of everything he said and
Oh,
did up
different
to that
woman.
point.
Different woman.
Yeah, I get it, but that's two of them. So what do you feel about Meredith? Like, I ain't got nothing against Meredith, and I ain't got nothing against the other girl. And I'm not saying what he did was right. Be clear.
Right.
I'm not saying what he did was right. But by platforming it and by speaking on it, are you giving him content to speak back and attack? Now, right now, he's on a no drama mission, but are you feeding people content and you're kind of, the point that you're trying to make is kind of going reverse? Because you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I feel like
and,
if we
and let me just ask this: does it affect you in your life? Does it affect you? Like, do you wake up in the morning feeling good after them spaces, or do you wake up feel confused, drained? Because if you wake up feeling drained, that means you've been poisoned. You do know that.
I feel good. I feel good. I like, because I feel like we talked about things and we showed support for real people who've been hurt, and kind of give everybody an outlet to say the things that they've been thinking for a while, but they're too afraid to say it because they didn't want to face the mob. I think a lot of us are just empathetic people, and then once you see it, it's just hard not to support these people who are really hurting in real life, and it's far more than that little handful that we've mentioned. I just don't want to drag everybody out into it. But
So I'm a Spaces virgin, a complete ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. So when you post Spaces, is it public? Like anybody?
Yeah.
Like I've never gone on one, so I know nothing.
Yeah. They're fun. They're fun. Ours, we do. We try to stay really respectful. Like we'll talk to anybody, but everybody's very respectful to one another. We've had a couple go off the rails recently.
Do you
which was
see
the
people
first.
like this, or is it just
No.
voices,
Just voices?
like a chat line?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And several people will listen and give their perspective, and the chats usually stay pretty involved in all of them. But it really does feel therapeutic.
Was you a Turtle Boy writer prior to this?
I was never a writer, but during the first trial, I appreciated his coverage up until the point of October 2024. And then when everything happened with Sean on the Gulf and everything, it was like a moment for me where I said, wait a minute, he's jumping on Sean for a behavior that he himself exhibited during trial 1. It was in that moment.
That's a really good point you brought up.
Yeah.
That's
Sean
kind of like
McDonough,
the
right?
starting point of
the
bulk of the real drama, the hardcore drama.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Let me ask you a question. Since we're talking about Sean, I'm sorry, right? I like Sean. Let's be clear.
I do
Sean,
too,
out there, please. I like Sean. I got nothing against Sean, right? He said some suspect things and some things sounded crazy, like that got misconstrued.
He
And I
talks
don't
like a
think.
cop, though. I mean,
Well, he is.
you
All right.
understand-
Whoa. What? He talks like a cop. He is a fucking cop.
No,
What are
he's
you
a
talking
cop.
about? He's a 30 years in the
He's a
game. That's my
typical
point.
cop is what he
Yeah,
talks.
exactly. He's a typical cop. That's why I never got mad with him talking like a cop.
Right.
It's like, oh, he said he wants this one in jail. Really? He's a fucking DA agent. Of course he does.
Right.
But but he's he's a nice guy, right? But the point is, do you think, since we're talking about Sean, I always want to ask someone who's friends with Sean had a big name in this, right? Sean helped me out, right? When I started out, he used to pick me up. I love JFK, blah, blah, blah. And then I went on the show a couple of times. He helped me out. So I'm, I got nothing but love for Sean. Yeah, Sean looked out for me, right? And we had some funny conversations, me and Sean. And I still talk to Sean here and there. But the fact that he went so hard at TV and then he decided to unplug and disappear, how do you feel about that? Do you think he needs to come back around and stand with
He's
this?
recently started. He's had a couple lives this past week.
Yeah, but he hasn't. I haven't heard him talk.
Did you hear what TV said about him today?
No,
I
I don't hear nothing.
On, on his Bus Stop Live, he said that if he does take a deal, he'll turn in Sean before anybody.
Nah, that's another problem with him.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
I hope it
That's
is.
a joke.
But
What do you
that's
turn Sean or what?
But that's the
No,
thing,
you guys,
JFK.
listen, hold on. That shit is
Okay.
a joke. That's a
He
joke.
said before I turn in Karen Reed, I'll turn in Sean McDonough.
Man, dude, listen, this is the shit I will not, no disrespect, brilliant. I will not 1000% fucking start doing weird shit on this channel. Like, we're not going to do that. That's a fucking joke.
But that
You don't-
comes from the old joke about
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
McDonough.
yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke. If you
That's
haven't
a
been,
joke.
here's the
Give
thing.
him McDonough. Just give him McDonough.
Yeah,
It's
listen,
an old
you
joke.
cannot be in this movement. I don't know how long Jay hasn't been in this movement that long then, because that is a joke. And that's what I'm
Right.
saying, Jay. You just blurted that out. That shit sounds crazy. Like trying to peg him as a snitch. That was a straight joke. Because
Yeah.
when he went to jail, he was like, TB, they really want me. They probably like, give
Tell
him
him you'll give
McDonough.
him McDonough.
Tell him you give him McDonough. Like, it's a joke. It's a
Yeah.
joke. It's not. There's nothing he could do, and no one's coming after McDonough. What did he do? What did Sean do?
I can